Hi there, everyone. My name is Dylan. I'm with my partner, Alan, and we are presenting today our presentation for EE327. It's called iPlant. So, description of our project here. Our idea for our project is to have some sort of probe that we kind of stick in the ground, mostly to monitor the health of a home plant, and it'll monitor stuff that's important for plant growth, like temperature, humidity, soil moisture, and light intensity. And then it'll take that data and send it to a cloud, which then you can view on your mobile device. And the idea is to send it at a periodic, either once an hour, once every 6 hours, whatever. Maybe we have the owner be able to set that. We haven't decided how long in between to send the information, but then here are the design choices we have. So because of the periodic send nature and our device doesn't have to be working at all times, doesn't really have to be powered on, powered off, we're going to be using the ESP32 in deep sleep mode, which is the lowest power consumption, which makes our device a great candidate for a battery because it can last a very, very long time with battery just in itself. And then send the readings periodically, as I said before, and the data is sent to a server for analysis, which then we can then hopefully compare to a large database of plants and which have the correct data for that plant's ideal growth, like the plant's ideal temperature, plant's ideal moisture, et cetera, et cetera. Here's a snapshot of our Gantt chart and bill of materials. We did have to modify this a little bit because we ran into some outside circumstances in the first week. So far, all we've done is download the software for the ESP32 and kind of familiarize ourselves with it. I'd have read through also the data sheets of the sensors that we plan on using, but they haven't actually come in the mail as of right now. And then you can see our bill of materials down here. We're using 3 different sensors. One does temperature and moisture. One does temperature and humidity. One does soil moisture, and the other does light intensity.
So now I'm going to talk a little bit about the market research. So when we're thinking about this project, we're looking at other available products, and what we were able to find were devices where the price was ranging between $20 and $50. And if you are like a plant owner, that can be like a little bit expensive because you usually have multiple plants, and spending between $20 to $50 for each plant can be a little bit expensive. And also another amount of data that we're able to get from users was the fact that for most plant owners, there are not clear directives on how to take care of a plant. So there is like this need for a device that can help plant owners to know when to water their plants and know other type of nutrients they should be giving to their plants. So now talking about what we've learned in this project. So far we were able to set up the development platform where we use VS Code, which is a development platform by Microsoft. And the good thing of this IDE, you can sort of, it can autocorrect. For example, if you are writing code in Python, it can like show syntax errors. And within that, we're able to also install platform IO, which will be like an interface between ESP32 and the programming platform that we'll be using. Also, when working on this project, we found a useful resource, especially in terms of collaboration, which is GitHub. The idea of GitHub is to sort of give developers a platform where they can collaborate easily. Meaning that, for example, if you are working on a big project where each person is working on a separate part of the project, you have an initial repository of the project. And the first thing that the the developers have to do, you have first to clone from the repository, which means you sort of download the shared data into your computer, and you can sort of like modify that code. And then once you've made enough modifications, you sort of push that into the cloud, and the other team members will sort of review your code. And if it's approved, it will be integrated within the general code base. So it's a great tool to sort of allow programmers to develop easily and minimize the amount of errors in your code. So moving on to the next slide, we sort of ask this general feedback from you. And the first question is about what type of other parameters we can consider when measuring the health of a plant, because so far we only talked about 4. So maybe there could be other key parameters that you are missing. And also, like, the second question is about what advanced features we might consider adding to sort of improve the design of this project. Thank you for listening to us.